Hey guys, it's the Quattroporte here, and this video is to show you how to take off the Maserati touchscreen, and then we're gonna go through the process step by step in order for you to install the Android interface here to get the Android system running in your Maserati for you to be able to get a better map and be able to do internet search and stuff. All right, so normally, your car screen would look as such. Let me pop this in the back. So it would look exactly like that when you have your car. So then your AC vent and stuff would be here, radio, all that stuff. But obviously this is not connected right now, so there's no way to tell as far as turn on the screen and stuff like that. Pretty much to go through the process to install the Android interface when you get one. First thing first, you're gonna do these buttons over here. So your power on and off button and volume, and this is your skip button and stuff. First thing first, you would use a fine tip device, or maybe your nail or something like that, and then you want to peel off the top of the casing. So if you can see, there's like two knots on the side here. You're gonna peel off the case, the cover, and there's gonna be a screw in there, a Phillips head. So it's a very small tip. You're gonna unscrew that. After you're done, you do the same thing for the other side, and you pull it right off. It's gonna come off as such, and you set it down. And once you do the same one too, then you pull that off. All right, I'm gonna take this out since it's gonna fall. Let me put it down. Alright, so after you do that, so pretty much your next step is to remove the front facing, or what they call it, a fascia, whatever. So the way you do that, you're gonna need one of those trim remover kit over here that I'm holding in my hand, and you're gonna pry it from the corner and then try to make your way up. There we go. You pop that and make your way down, and then turn it. Go back here on the side again. So there's a little space there. And pop it. Alright, so after you pop the top, only thing you gotta do, just pull this back slowly, and then stop. Just apply a little pressure to pop the bottom. Here you go. Alright, so once you pop it, there's going to be two wires, one connected here and one connected there. So these are the wires here. It's going to be as such. Alright, so that's the wire. First thing you do, you remove the wire. So this is what enable you to turn on and off the radio. So put that down and remove the other one as well, and take this piece here and move it to the side with the buttons, all the buttons, and the screws and stuff. Put it in a separate section so that way you know it's there, so you don't lose it and stuff. So I'm just gonna move this to the ground. All right, obviously while we at that stage, the screen is still sitting in the back here, so I just have that removed. So it would look like this at that point. Once you take off the front facing and you disconnect the wire would be hanging out through the hole here as such. It would be hanging out here, and you would have it look this way, just like that. So the next step, in order for you to get this piece out, to get to the back of the screen, let me put this down again. You are going to have to unscrew these Phillips head screws over here. So you have one in this corner here, one down here, and one down here. So you have four of them. You remove all four. You place the screw in a space where it's easy for you to find. After you do that, you're gonna use the same or a bigger trim kit in order for you to remove it. So I'm just going to turn it around real quick so you can see the back side of it. All right, so the back side, you have several different latches. You have one, two, three, four, and you have five here on the corner there, and six here on this corner. In order for you to take it out, you must first make your way from either corner to take it out. All right, so this is the front. Back to the way that it actually looks when you get in the car. You're gonna take your trim. You're gonna use a fine tip like this. I recommend putting some like what do you call it, a painting tape on that edge over here that touches your leather, so you don't put too much pressure on it or rip it. So that will preserve it to make it look clean as new as the car was. You take this, you go around the corner here, just like that, and then you push to the back. It's gonna pop it. You come to the middle here, around the corner, you push, it's gonna pop it. Go here to that corner, you push, it's gonna pop it. And the next step is the bottom one. So you have one, two, there's nothing in the middle. There's a latch here and a latch there, plus those two in the bottom side of it. You come here to the corner right there where you see my tools at right here. Fit it in, and then you slowly push back. It's gonna pop it, and it will pop the bottom one as well. You do the same thing for the other side. You push, it's gonna pop it. There we go. All right, so it would come out as so. So when this comes off, you're gonna have two wires, one on this side and one on the other side. Pretty much those wires pretty much connects the AC vent that has the temperature control gauge on it. You're just gonna disconnect them, disconnect that. Then in the back, you would have the AC vent there. So for those of you who are installing the actual Tesla style screen for Maserati, you would then come in, let me pull it close. You can see those edges. So all you would have to do is kind of like slowly pull this back, and then so you can pop you push back the AC vent in order for you to take it out. So once you take out the AC vent that's going to be transferred to the Tesla style screen, all you gotta do, you take it, you fit it nice and neat in there, and then you push it, it's just gonna snap in place. So this is how it looks when you taking it off for you to install the Tesla style screen. But if you're gonna install the Android box here, you will leave your AC vent in there because you're gonna need them again. All right, so now that we moved that, just gonna go ahead and place it in the side, just like we did for the other one. And for you to remove this bottom piece here, which I'll show you the section, to remove the bottom piece radio, first thing you're gonna have to do, there's two screws. There's one here and one there. And I'm gonna lift this up real quick. And there's one screw right here on this side, and there's one on the other side as well. So once you take out both screws, to take out the other side, you have to pop the side panel that's kind of like hanging by your foot and by your passenger foot. Pop it out, which is so easy. I'll show you in a minute. And then you unscrew those two sides over there. Then this radio is now free to pull out. But the problem is it's going to be somewhat hard to pull it out because of the lever that is sitting in the middle. So I will show you how to take out the lever as well. The only thing that you would do, once you take out the lever, the front of the car where your cup holder is going to be kind of like blank, and it's going to be easy for you to access it without any problem. All right, then you're slowly going to push the radio from the back, and it's just gonna slide for just a little bit. Then you put your finger here, then you pull it up this way. All right, the radio is gonna come out. Once the radio come out, these are your connections here. Here is your camera switch. Here is your cable line that send out the sounds and everything. And those two here, black one is your USB, and the gray one is your auxiliary port. All right, you disconnect that. This is your what do you call it? Your GPS and Sirius XM antenna, and here is your radio antenna here, and this one here is your LVDS cable, which is like a video cable line that connects in the back of the touchscreen over here. After you disconnect, this is this wire here. This is what control your AC. It connects over here in the back of the touchscreen. That's what's allow you to manipulate the direction of the air. And this sends power to the screen right here, connects to the back of it to send a video so you can see what you're actually doing. All right, so after you do that, so the plug from the Maserati gonna look as such, just like this one. All right, and it goes in the back here, just like that. All right, so but you're not gonna connect this one. You're gonna connect this one to install the Android interface. This one's gonna be connected to the back of the radio. So how you do that, you take first thing, the piece that comes from the back of the radio, when you first take it off, you're gonna connect that piece into this one here. After you do that, you're gonna take this piece here and connect it in the back of the radio. Push it in, make sure it's securely fastened so it doesn't come off. All right, and the next step, what you do after you connect that, and you connect the actual the other cable line that you won't have to do anything with that one, just connect it back in. You only disconnect that just so you have enough space to pull the wire, so you can connect this one and this piece over here. All right, so after you do that, you will then take your LVDS cable. Then we'll send you like a dual channel LVDS cable that comes with the Android interface. How you do that, you take this part here, you connect the one that came from the back of the radio, which is here, and you connect it to this one here. It's a perfect fit. That's it. You do that. This piece here goes to the back of the touchscreen. Over here, you push it in, clip it. All right, and this piece here, we've actually changed it. It's gonna look exactly just like this one here. It's gonna be connected to the back of the interface. So in this case, since this is the old cable that I had, you're gonna just plug it here. That's it. So this is what's gonna transfer the video, give you access in order for you to be able to use the touch screen to control your Android interface. All right. And the next step, after you do that, you make sure you route all your cable to the back of the touchscreen. That way, because this one here is going to be sitting in the back of the touchscreen like so. So that way you are able to put all the wires and stuff. Then the next step is that you would have a GPS antenna here. This one doesn't have one. I just took it out. A GPS antenna. You're gonna take the antenna that we sent to you with it. You're gonna connect it here. It's a blue cable. And here is your microphone. Here is your stereo, which is like your auxiliary cable and stuff. So this is the microphone. It's gonna look like that. You can pick wherever you want to put it, so that way it's invisible to the other eyes and stuff, but it will still function wherever you put it. So you take this line, plug it, and the same thing for the auxiliary cable. You'll take it and plug it. All right, then you route it to the direction where whatever side it is that you want to put it. I'll link a video to show you how I install mine in the Maserati. All right, and the next step you have here, this is your switch here. All right, so your switch goes on that side. You take it and you plug it in. And your switch, if you want to know how it looks like this, pretty much like that. When you're switching back from the Android box to the Maserati screen, you just press, and you're done. Or you can use the voice control system to do that. And over here, so these are the wire that's gonna power the Android interface. You turn it around, you plug this one. After you do that, don't worry about these other wires. The only way you're gonna be using them if you are adding like a portable DVD and stuff like that in the back. But other than that, you really don't need any of these other cables here. All right. And if you want to install like a sub and stuff, then there will be output wire coming from that one for sounds in order for you to set up your home, what you call it, your subwoofer, if you prefer that. But other than that, if you already have your sub pre-wired, you won't even need any of these other cable that we're gonna send you. All right. After you do all of this, you're gonna make sure all of these are switched up. The reason being, each of them are a different channel and they control something different. So you want all of them up. After you connect it, all the wires are connected back to the screen and you tuck it nice and neat. This cable here, so this is what send the sound from the Android interface, as far as when you turn on the navigation, whether it was Waze or Google Map. That's what makes sure the sounds only play on the driver's side speaker. It doesn't play anywhere else in the car but the driver's side speaker, which is what when you're driving, when you put on your navigation in the Maserati, you hear the speaker say, hey, turn left here. This is what cable send the sound to just the right side, which I mean the left side of the car, which is the driver's side. You take this cable here, you connect it right there. It's gonna say speaker in, speaker out, talk over navigation. Right there. All right. This would be plugged in the back here. And this other wire will be plugged here, just as so. All right, so these are the only 3 wires that you need to plug. I mean 4 wires that you need to plug. 2 here, 2 here, your stereo, which is your auxiliary cable, and here is your microphone. There's going to be another one here, which is the blue one. That's the one that controls your GPS, give you access to the internet, not the internet, to the satellite for you to be found, even if you don't have any internet connectivity on the Android box. All right. So after you do that, then you'd so this here, you would slide this radio back. All of these wires would come up to the back of the touchscreen here. So that way this Android box will be sitting right behind the touchscreen. You'll set it like so, and it'll be like this, just like that. All right. And then after you do that, you screw your screen. It's got 4 screws. You screw that in, make sure all the cables are connected. The cable that needs to be connected is just the AC control and the power button. After you do that, you screw them all in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you do that, you always want to make sure you turn on the car first. Once you do all those connections, to make sure the screen turns on, and when you press the switch, to make sure that it switched back to the Android interface. Once you do that, you want to start the car and then put it in reverse. Once you put it in reverse, even if it was on the Android interface or the Maserati touchscreen, it should switch automatically to the backup camera. That's pretty much it. Once you do that, once those 2 functions works properly, and when you touch the screen, your Android interface respond, it's mean you're done. Now you're ready to just put everything back nice and neat the way you found it. Take this one, set it in the back, and then use some 3M tapes, or we call it zip tie, whatever that you want, and then you stick it in the back. But me, I didn't put any zip tie nor 3M tapes in mine. I just set it in the back, nice and neat, real tight, tucked in, so that way it doesn't shift or shake all over the place. And I put my screen, put all the screws on there. After I do that, and I screw the bottom radio, because you have to screw that in first before you can put the front bezel. Alright, so after I do that, I come back here, take my bezel, connect the line that coming from the actual vent to the car, and I'll connect the other one the same side as well, and I'll push it back in nice and neat. Make sure those clips, you take them off and then stick them inside of the hole that's already pre-built inside of the car. That way all you gotta do, you just push it in. Once you push it in, it's gonna latch on this extension here. It goes back in. You just make sure you take your time, push it in nice and neat. So if you are pushing it back in, it doesn't stick. All you gotta do is take your time, take this off, put it here, and take the other one off and put it here. Because at the end of the day, once you're done, it should look flush and flat, just how you found it. You take that in and you push it in, just like that. And here you have it. Your radio would look flat just the same way you found it, and your touchscreen would be sitting in the back just like that. And make sure you run those wires back in through this hole again, because you're gonna need them to plug your power in and out. So you have one here, and this is the other one. You want to make sure you route it where it comes out of this over here. All right. So, all right, the final step. You go back here. You do the same thing. You take these lines here. You plug them here. You plug it on this one. You take the other line and you plug this line on this one here. After you do that, you make sure that all your clips are already in this. Make sure all the clips are in there. What you do, and you push it in nice and neat and tuck this wire. So you're gonna tuck the wire so it doesn't kind of like bend like this. Tuck it back in all the way after you connect it to the back of the front face, and you just push it in. Once you push it in, it's just gonna snap. Boom. There you have it. It looks like this. Your vent, everything is fine, and everything that is left to do at this point, you will take your circle buttons here, you twist, and it fits. You take the other one, twist, and it fits. And then you take the other pieces and put everything on it and stick it back in there. Nice and neat. Once you do that, and then you go and screw it in and then put the cap on top of it. After you do that, you go back and you put your lever back in. Once you put it in, you just give it a nice tap on the top to make sure it's securely fastened. And then you tighten those screws, then that's it. And you are ready to use the Android interface. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's not that complicated to take this off. And it's the same thing, it's not as complicated to do the actual Android one. The Tesla touchscreen and the Maserati. I really hope you enjoy this tutorial. So this is pretty much how everything's gonna look like once you're done. And if you do have any questions or concerns, then post a comment. I'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.